live from Milimani Deliverance Church, Kisumu City, the Mountain of Faith. And I am your host, Justus Juma. Today we are going to do a continuation of our last topic. And we are going to handle weddings, we are going to handle death, your relationship with the issues of your finances, and you don't want to miss this. So stay tuned and just comment, send us your questions. We are going to sample them and we are going to answer them appropriately. Don't forget to share this to your friends and everybody who is going to watch. And let me introduce my guest. From my far right, Madam Judith, Mr. Ian, and our pastor, Pastor Dave. And we are going to talk about what we started last week, the topic of dating and finance. So, like this page, also send your comments, the numbers that are running on your screen, send us a question, anything that you want us to handle, you can also send them in that number. So let me start from where we left. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
May God bless you so much. Let me start from where we left last week. We left at financial incomparability, where we wanted to compare our finances and see if zinaingiana ama zingiana. So there is a question that was popping up. If we find whatever we discussed last week, there's incomparable financial status, what can we do if we are dating? Amepata azingiani, yangu na yako azingiani. What I foresee, my saving plans, what I want to do is not what you want to do. What can I do? Let me start with Pastor.
Thank you so much, Pastor Justus, and thanks once again for the chance God has given us to share together. I think I touched a little bit on that last week, and I said that I think the most important thing for people who are in courtship with marriage in mind is that they have to do financial counseling. And to me, it should not be a big issue that can lead to a breakup of a courtship or a breakup of a relationship. Because the two can be cancelled so that they can agree and go to another step. So that's my thinking, because we don't want being that you are not the same in viewing money or finances makes you to drop your relationship. So I'm thinking people need to go through that counseling, and with that I know God is able to bring a solution.
Let me give you a real example. Mm-hmm. I have a person who wants to invest mostly, want to have a business. That is what he sees, that is what he thinks. Then there's another person who thinks of, she thinks of professional. Mm-hmm. He wants to invest more in professionalism. Like, mimi nataka unifundishe. Nimalize shule, then I hand money, I become a professional. But mimi hapa nataka to invest, we have our own business. Such kind of difference in financial matters.
Both of what you have said, all of them are good. Mm-hmm. All of them are good investments. So I think for two people who want to get into marriage, they have to agree. Maybe in timing, I can say, okay, I love your idea, my idea is also great. Can we start with this? And then later on we go to the education part. I think that one will be okay. Because what we have to understand as young people, me included, is that God gives you a raw material. You have to pray, and through prayers and God's work, the raw material will come to the finished product. So maybe somebody may be so rigid on his kind of thinking, and to me normally I say the wise one will always say, let's go with yours first, and then maybe mine will come later. Because it's not a competition, yeah. And maybe if it is a building or starting a business, it will be a one-time thing. Then the next time, then we'll do mine. We are not dying today, we are still here together. Yeah.
Let me join Ian in this conversation. Have you first, yes or no question, have you ever dated somebody who you have financial different, comparability is not matching?
Yeah.
What was your experience?
It was a very, very interesting experience, by the way, in the sense that, okay, what happened was, at that time I wasn't working. I had no Tasemaje, income haikuwa stable. I had no stable income. And her, she was employed. She was working with an NGO. So, we began well. When we began, hakuwa na job. Then God akambless na job. And we were just okay. But ikafika mahali tena kwa hiyo job. God is good. God akaamua kuongeza 50% salary. And so she was earning 150% of what she was earning previously. And that is where now problems began. Yes, because she literally changed from nowhere, and we are no longer together. There is a history, we are no longer together. But financial, the parity in financial levels, I think, brought up the incompatibility. We couldn't be together because she was like, ye ako huko juu, ye ako sawa, ako na do. Mimi still nategemea pocket money na some other hustles za kimwanaume. Yeah.
So, in that sense, meaning these things were not discussed when you were still dating, by the time you had started dating.
Yeah, very true. We overlooked it. We overlooked it by the time we were beginning. We never set it in the open. Like, now this is it. We tabled it out, and this is it, and this and this and that. We did not. We assumed everything will just be fine. We are good. Yeah.
It means that thing can really, even when it leads to marriage, in case of such kind of a scenario, if you didn't know, mnaweza gongana huko mbele.
Mbaya sana.
Imagine that happens now when you are married.
Mbaya.
2 years na yeye job yake iko 150% of what she was earning by the time you were doing your wedding.
Bazi mbaya. That thing is real.
So Judy, what's your take?
Okay.
Ladies wanabadilika wakishapata pesa mingi.
Okay, thank you once again. Sometimes they change, but sometimes they don't. Pastor Dave amesema that you agree, agreement, and going through counseling to be guided how to do your things. And as long as you've agreed, the two of you, you've gotten into that relationship and you have agreed that there is something that you want to do, that thing about money should not come in and affect you. You should be guided. You should look for somebody who can help you. You should agree and say that what do we want? Is the money that the thing that we want, or do we want a future, the two of us? And then you discuss, and then you say that now that we have this, how can we develop ourselves? The way Pastor Deva said that you are not dying today or tomorrow. You need to plan. Everybody has their own opinion according to the way they are brought up. So according to the way you are brought up in your family, maybe you saw your family, you are using it. But here comes somebody who wants you to help you to invest in it. So you need to agree. Come and agree and say that this one is what we want. Let us work with what we want as now you are a family coming together. The guy and the lady, you are dating, you are like a family, forming your family. You want to do something. So when you want to do something, you agree that this is what we want to do, let this will not affect us as a family because you're now the two of you. So you agree and then you do it. Yeah.
But now we agree that financial incompatibility brings it's an issue.
Yeah.
And it should be discussed.
Yeah,
before you
get into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why Pastor Dave, you recommended a financial counselor.
Yeah, it should be one of the topics which must be handled with a lot of carefulness, and before marriage it must be handled.
Yeah. Do you recommend for a financial professional counselor, or do you recommend a pastor, spiritual fathers to do the same?
Okay. Most of the counseling that are done prior to marriage, okay, before marriage, I can recommend you do. There are people who are good with premarital counseling. And God has given them a lot of wisdom, partaking even the financial matter. The reason why I will go for that, they have a lot of experiences which they have had because they have counseled so many people who one of them may identify with your scenario. And you know, with that can really help you. But again, it's good to be broad, like to view things in a broad way. So maybe you can bring a financial expert, which will also give you a financial view of what you want to do. Maybe he or she may tell you that maybe investing in this after 3 years will help you in this, just to give you an idea. But I'm pro also just having premarital counselors who are believers, who know God, to use examples and experiences that they have seen. It will really help.
Yeah. And there is another big elephant in the room. Let's talk about debts. Debts, and especially debts. Let's go to the minimal. Siku hizi tuko na mpaka Fuliza, okoa jahazi, mtu aliokoa 250 ameshindwa kulipa, kuna Fuliza, send me M-Pesa, ukimtaka kumtumia nitumie kwa ile namba ingine. Uko na debt kwa these apps, I don't know, Tala, Branch, all those. So on a yes or no question, should we discuss our debts before we during premarital counseling, Pastor?
Yes, we should discuss our debts. We should.
In a lady's perspective, do you think you can discuss your debts?
Okay, you should.
You should.
Yeah.
Now, let me start with Ian.
Yes.
How do you handle your debts, especially when now you want to date? Unaambiaga dem uko na okoa jahazi ama uko na Fuliza ingine? Ama umekuwa blacklisted?
I agree with both of them. Now, on a financier's perspective, it is important to put out your credibility scores in the open with your partner. It is important because we are living in the current world we are living in. Survive bila loan ni hard. At least hata kama ni 300 bob ya mshwari, you will need it, unajua hii nitaisort. So it is good. Personally, so far sijafanya, but given a chance to, I'll share it out with my partner, the one I'm dating, my partner man. Your partner inakaa serious. Partner inakaa niko married. Yeah. with the lady I'm dating, let me say with my girl, looks better. Yeah, I wouldn't mind sharing, plating out my credits, my debts. Niko nazo kwa sababu ziko.
Let's see a lady's perspective. Debts. How far should we share our debts?
How far should we share our debts?
Yeah. Zile loans bigi ama we also share these small loans, like ingine nilichukua tu katao 2 nitarudisha in the next 2 weeks. Nilichukua katao 3, but unfortunately nimekuwa blacklisted.
Debts, whether big or small, you still owe somebody somewhere. So I just think it's better that you discuss, so that because you may find you have a big debt of somebody na akuulizi, but someone uko na kamia kake na anakuaras. Yeah, they are on your neck, like you have only 2,000 for somebody, and it's on your neck, like you want everybody to know that you owe him or her. But you have like 100,000 for somebody, but he's not even disturbing you. You just pole the way you agreed, and then when you don't have it, you just tell the person, no, I don't have it at this time. So I think that whether it is big or small, you should discuss, so that when it comes in, when you are together, it doesn't bring you the trust is gone. Because anaona like, why did you not share this one? Well, uliona ni kidogo, but here anaweza ona ni kubwa. So I think we should, whether it is big or small, we should discuss, because it depends with who owe us or who we owe. Yeah, because some people are just bad. They can harass you anywhere, even at your workplace, even in your house. So you need just to, you only have 100 bob for somebody, and it's like you have 100,000 for hold for him. So some people are just bad. So you need just to discuss when you're in a relationship, just discuss it whether it's small, big, so that you can see how to handle it. When that person comes, you can see how to handle it at the two of you. Yeah.
Pastor, and the issue of debts, how far do you think you can share? And even from your personal experience, did you share all your debts and all her debts? And how did you manage those debts? Because I know they will affect your marriage.
Yeah, thanks. I think even the views that I've had are great. Courtship is all about openness, and I said this even last week. If it's in the context of believers, and I think that's what we are discussing here.
Yeah.
The devil has no power to get into your courtship or your marriage, but he will use any fault or any loophole to get in. So maybe you think that the 1,000 that I didn't explain to person B is very small. One day he can use that to start bringing like conflicts in your mind, so or in the courtship. So you need to explain in details that A, B, C, D is happening. I have these, she has this, and how can we work to get to close all the debts? Yeah.
And there is this question, the issue of if debt affects a relationship, what is the best way that the process of handling of solving such kind of debts? Is it from the onset, or we do it during our financial talk?
Thanks, I hope that's for me.
Yeah,
but
sure.
let me just start by saying that before you borrow any amount of money, and I think this is for young people, as Ian has said, I think we are living in an era that is very hard to live without loan. People have loans. Even in Kenya, we have loans. We borrow, but we borrow with a purpose. I am not pro people who just go, you borrow 10,000, you eat all of it. You borrow 20,000 in Thailand, you spend all of it. You borrow another 30,000, you use all of it. I am pro somebody who takes money with a plan. I want to take 10,000. I don't have food now. I can use 2,000 to buy food. Then the remaining 8,000, I want to start business A, which I plan that I will be paying this 10,000 for a period of 3 months, maybe 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, or 1,000, 1,000 until I clear it. Now with that plan, no, it's very clear. And even if you are telling your partner when you are in the courtship scenario, it's very easy for a lady or a guy to see this is somebody who is visionary. This is somebody who can take risks. Because you see, all the businesses that have grown to bigger heights, even in America or in Europe or wherever, it started somewhere. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think we are coming back to handle something very delicate, and also we are going to sample some of your questions that you have sent. Thanks for those who are sending. Keep on sending your questions and your comments. We are going to handle them in the next session. Let me take a very short break, then we'll be back shortly.
Welcome to Deliverance Church International, Milimani in Kisumu City. The mountain of faith. This is a church where everybody is somebody. Under the care of Reverend Sammy and Betty